Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Push, Pull, and Legs PPL. My name is Alex Halsey. I'll be your instructor for the day. Hope you guys are ready to get working out this morning. All right, so hope the day so far for you has been well. And if you have been a little stiff, we're going to get up, shake it off. All right, get moving with today's workout. So as you see, today's going to be a little bit more heavily focused on the upper body. All right, so we're going to have a slightly favor for the upper body today. We're going to hit legs first, then we're going to hit the upper body for those two last moves. All right, so we have 3 sequences. Those 3 sequences will focus on one move at a time. You're going to be able to have 6.5 minutes per sequence to work on that move. All right, so working on one move at a time. It's going to give you plenty of time to repeat, get familiar with the move before you move to the next one, as opposed to doing all 3 moves at one time. All right, so you'll also need weights for today's class. The first and second move will require weights. That third one is slightly optional, but again, you will need weights for the first 2 moves. All right, so if you have a variety of weights available to you, keep them handy. You might want to swap something heavier for something lighter, or vice versa. All right, so we're going to go ahead and get warmed up. If you want to, you can check the description. You'll see the moves that we're going to be working on in each sequence. But yeah, we'll go ahead and get warmed up. 3 sequences, 6.5 minutes each. We'll take about 45 seconds transition time to go from one sequence to the next, and we're just going to keep on moving. All right, the goal is to keep moving as best as you can with good form and reduce the rest, or have as little rest as possible, so that you can spend the bulk of the workout time actually moving, as opposed to panting or recovering your breath. That's why you want to keep those weights available. All right, so let's go ahead and get moving. We're going to start off here with a burpee step back. So all you need to do is bring your hands to the floor, step back, and up. You can reach up to the ceiling if you want to. Right here, definitely recommend that, but come down to the floor like you're in a high plank and return to your feet. Hopefully this will expose your difficulties getting up and down off of the floor, if you do indeed have that challenge. That's actually what our first move is going to be. We're going to be working on getting up and down off of the floor, with or without weight. So we're just getting up and down off the floor here to kind of pick up the heart rate. So yes, getting up and down is a part of this warm up on purpose. We got one more. Then we're going to come down to the floor on all fours. Come down to the floor, all fours. We're going to go right into cat-cow. So bring the crown of your head up towards your back. Squeeze your glutes. Tuck your chin, squeeze your abs. Smooth movements here. In and out of these 2 moves. Hope you guys maybe have some music that you can listen to while you're working out. I always got mine going in my ears. You guys know we can't play any music here. Copyright infringements. We don't want our videos to get taken down, so we forego the music. All right, keeping it moving. Bring the right leg up. I'm gonna push your hips forward and your knee. You might need to bring your foot backwards to help get the knee forward. But from here, you're going to elevate the back leg if you can. Otherwise, you can leave it down. But from here, what you're going to do is twist up, rotate up, bring your elbow toward the floor. You don't have to touch the floor, but you want to push the elbow toward the floor. We're looking for 5 reps. There's 3, 4, and there's 5. From here, you're going to stand up, come to the top, straighten this right leg out. Bring your back leg up a little bit. You're going to squeeze your right quad, push your chest towards your thigh, and then you're going to bring that back knee down to the floor. Keep your chest forward and repeat. Every time you come to the top, you should feel a stretch in your right hamstring. 2, 3, looking for 6 reps here. 4, 5, and 6. Switch sides. Same thing, push the hips and the knee as far forward as you can get. Might need to bring that left leg back, or the left foot back. Elevate the back leg, twist up to your left now, and bring the elbow toward the floor. 3, 4, and 5. Coming to your feet. Same thing on the left side now. Straighten the left leg out, squeeze the quad, push the chest toward the thigh, feel the stretch in your left hamstring. Bring the right knee down to the floor and repeat. Keep the chest leaning forward. Looking for 6 reps. 3, 4, 5, last one, and 6. Coming to your feet, just go right into some air squats, some bodyweight squats. We're looking for 10 reps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, from here, we're gonna come right back down to your butt. Turn your fingertips to the left and the right. Roll your shoulder blades back and down. Pop your chest out a little bit. And you're gonna push your hips up like you're doing a bridge. 2, we're going for 10 reps. 3, 4, don't let your shoulders come toward your ears. 6, squeeze your butt. 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right. Up to your feet. Last move right here, gonna come to a straddle. Gonna reach your right hand to your outside of your left foot, left hand outside of your right foot. All right, just gonna alternate, kind of like a windmill. Bend your knees a little bit if you need to. Gonna get started after this move. And we're gonna go one more on both sides. All right, and we're ready to go. Okay. So you can do this first move with no weight or with weight, but either way, we're still gonna have that 6.5 minute time frame to perform the move. So you can always add the weight in later if you want to start off unweighted, just because it is a little challenging. So like I said, we're gonna be getting up and down off the floor, and you can do this with or without weight. So it's called a goblet get up. All right, so this is what it look like. Start off from your back, you sit up, you come to your knees, you stand up, and then you'll perform a squat. And then you come right back down to the floor. All right, starting and ending point, start and stop point. Repeat, sit up, find a way to get to your feet, however that looks, perform a squat, and repeat, back down. All right, 6.5 minutes, you can do this with or without weight. The goal here is coordination, core strength, but you can use your external weight to load this up. I'll show you what that looks like later in this sequence. All right, so let's go ahead and get the timer started. 6.5 minutes, we got the goblet get-ups. If this move just looks a little bit crazy for you, alternatively, perform a lunge and a squat. You'll lunge one side, squat, lunge on the other. You can do lunge, lunge, squat. You can do squat, lunge, lunge. Just perform a squat with a lunge on each leg. That's your alternative if you don't want to get up and down off the floor with this goblet get up. All right, so here we go. 3, 2, 1, and let's work. 6.5 minutes. So again, I'll show you without weight what that looks like. So you're starting up from the floor on your back. If you have weight, you're holding your weight in your hands. You're gonna sit up, get to your knees somehow, lunge up, perform a squat, come back down to the floor. However you can get down, but obviously you're trying to get up and down as easily and as softly as possible. All right, so there's a few different ways you can do it. Try it out. You'll surprise yourself. So I'm going to take these two weights. I'm going to get up. So here's the sit up. Coming up to my knees. Coming up to my feet. Squat. And repeat. As long as you keep the weights in your hands, I don't care what you do. I don't care how you move it. The goal is to get the full body involved. That's why it's going to be working on your coordination. If you figure out a way to get up, that's great. Try to do it on both legs. If you have a dominant side you like to lean to, try leaning to the other side and see what happens. You'll probably have to lunge up at some point as well. If that's the case, make sure you are lunging up using both legs. Just make sure you alternate. That would have been an easier thing to say. Just make sure you alternate. Don't forget your squat. And repeat. So hopefully you can kind of feel yourself getting warmed up. Again, the goal is to get the full body involved. Add that squat in. Don't forget your modification. If you want to remove the weight and keep the body weight, that should be just fine. If you need to do the modifications and do the squat and the lunge, don't forget you do have those as options. Keep it up, guys. Trying to be as gentle as you can. Take your time. We're not rushing here. The weights actually kind of help you keep your torso upright. If you had a barbell, imagine you had a barbell across your chest. That would help distribute that weight and actually probably give you a little bit more balance when you're trying to get up. It'll help you maintain a upright posture as well. So try to hold the weights. If you have a dumbbell, hold it the long way, going left and right, not up and down. You can hold it up and down if you want, but maybe experiment with the position of the dumbbell to see which orientation works better for you. So I'm going to try, let's keep on going here. We are just under 3 minutes, so we're over halfway there. Keep going. So you hopefully, if you have weight, you hopefully feel the urge to take a break a little bit. So don't forget to add that squat in. Hopefully you figured out a way to kind of let yourself down easily. I know I have. Stepping up, alternating your legs, alternating the side. But again, there's more than one way to skin a cat, more than one way to get up. I just know I've got the way I want to go figured out. We had this move last week as well, where we did uncommon exercises. This was the first one as well for that class too. Keep it going. Our last two moves are a little bit less intense, depending on who you ask. Alright, a little time check when I get back up. We're probably closing in on the last minute. Whew. Oh. And there's our time. Okay. So good job there. Hopefully you can kind of feel it all across your body. You might feel a little more in your shoulders from holding the weight. Perfectly fine, but I hope you feel in your core and all over your body just a little bit of fatigue. All right, so next two moves. Our next move, we have a pullover. Let me double check. Yep, we got a pullover. So the way the pullover is done, you do this with a dumbbell or kettlebell on your back, like so, knees bent or straight. You start with the weight just above your head, bring it down to the floor, and back up. All right, so this is where we are. The timer just started. Let's get to work. So your arm is mostly straight. My elbows are slightly bent. My elbows are locked out here. To do this move, I bend them to right about there. Let the elbows flare as you come down, and then kind of push your elbows together as you come up. So if you have like an ottoman or a bench, you can place yourself on the bench and you can let your weight come down over your head to get a greater stretch. You can go over the side or the edge of the bench or the ottoman to get a greater stretch. We want the upper back to arch here, not the lower. All right, so being on the floor is perfectly fine here too, but again, you just want the upper back to arch, not the lower. This is my upper back arching. This is my lower back arching. Keep the low back straight. You can do that by squeezing your glutes and your abs together. Let the upper back arch. You know your upper back is arching if you don't feel any tightness or tension in your low back, and you feel your core firing off and stretching a little bit as you reach your hands overhead. As you guys know, we're transitioning away from the reps. We're just trying to focus on effort levels. So you want to go until you feel yourself getting tired. A few reps after you feel yourself getting tired. Make sure you are checking in with yourself. Focus on your fatigue and your form. As your fatigue increases, your form is going to decrease. So if your effort is telling you, I'm tired, your form has probably already begun to break down. So that's why you want to do maybe 1 or 2 more reps after you feel yourself getting tired. It'll prevent any changes in your form due to fatigue. So we're cushioning against fatigue to use as our point to stop. All right? But that's how we protect against the fatigue. That's how we protect against our form breaking down, because you go based off of your effort. Doing it to fatigue is okay, but obviously you don't want to go too far past fatigue. All right, so same thing applies. Let's keep it going. Flare the elbows as the weight comes down. Push the elbows together as the weight comes up. Keep that low back intact, keep it level by keeping the knees bent. Squeeze the butt and the abs a little bit. You feel that stretch in your upper abs, you got it right. You can use a dumbbell or a kettlebell here. As you see me use them, I have kettlebells. Doesn't matter which one you use, but we're just looking to open up the upper back a little bit. As you can see, the floor is your limiting factor here. That's why you can try to use an ottoman or a bench if you have one. Even a bed, you can even hang off the edge of a bed and do this move here as well. The bed might be a little tough, but it might be worth a try. But again, we're looking to arch the upper back, come to the floor as low as you can, flare the elbows, pull the weight back up. So this type of move is especially important for us because we spend a lot of time sitting at the desk. So we're really giving our back a chance to work a little bit. We're giving our spine a chance to open up when we straighten our arms out. Balancing out all the time we spend with our arms in front of us. We're getting our arms over our head and a little bit behind. We'll do a time check. Woo. All right, we got 1 minute and 12 seconds remaining. Keep going, guys. Again, this move shouldn't make you feel too tired. It's simple. We're just trying to open up the chest, work on opening up the back, or activating the back muscles as well, okay? So yes, open up the chest, loosening up the shoulder, loosening up the spine to help counter all the time we spend with the arms in front of us and maybe hunched over. And if you have anybody below you, take your time bringing your weight down. I just bang the weight pretty loudly on the floor. Be gentle. Let that weight down nice and soft. Come back up. Again, letting that upper back arch. It's okay. That's what we want to happen. Let those elbows flare. Come back up. Two, one, and time. All right, that's our second interval. We're done there. Keep your weights around. You will need it for this last move. All right. So for this one, we've got a 2-move sequence. We're gonna have push-ups and chest flies. You can do one or the other, or you can do both. Simply put, you guys know what push-ups look like. Full, kneeling, one-handed, archer, decline, incline. Don't care what variation of push-up you do, just perform a push-up. Make sure your forearm is perpendicular to the floor. Start off at the bottom, gauge your positioning, get the forearm perpendicular to the floor, and go. All right, let's get it. So chest flies, I'll show you those as well. I'll start off with the chest flies. If you're doing the push-ups, start with the push-ups. You can hit the chest flies when you're done. So chest flies right here, same position as the pull over, which is the previous sequence. You're gonna come, open up, let your elbows touch the floor, and then bring your hands together. Elbows to the floor, then bring your hands together. There's 2. Same thing applies with both moves. Go until you feel yourself getting fatigued, and then stop once you can kind of tell you are getting tired. The reason we are doing that, again, we're trying to fight bad form by judging our fatigue. Focus on your effort, not the reps. This is going to work on our muscular endurance and our muscular strength. We're kind of in the middle with these. We're not getting as much bang for our buck with the strength because we are going to the point of fatigue, and we aren't getting as much bang for our buck with endurance because we're stopping once we get tired. However, we are still working on both, just not to a greater degree of either. We're right in the middle. All right, so again, like I said, you can do one of these moves or you can do both. If you're doing both, it doesn't matter if you're doing one. Go to that point of fatigue and then stop. All right? Don't even worry about counting. Hopefully you have some music playing. Focus on your music. It'll keep you from counting and you can focus on your effort a little bit better. So here we go. Again, make sure your forearms are perpendicular to the floor. You can judge that by starting at the bottom, judging your arm angle. Again, if your elbows are outside of your wrists, you're a little bit too close. We want to get the forearms as perpendicular to the floor as possible. We don't want the elbows to flare. They don't need to be right tucked into the sides. Right in the middle is perfectly fine. And you should be able to tell that right in the middle is where your forearm will align perpendicular to the floor as well. Push. Whew. Usually I would do the push-ups first here and then the flies, just because the push-ups are a little bit harder. So if you do the flies first, you might find out you have a little bit less energy to do the push-ups. Perfectly normal. Just keep going. Again, no matter what, we're trying to judge our fatigue. We're going for effort, not reps. So it doesn't matter. You're going to get the most bang for your buck if you just use the energy you have to give. Time check, just under 3 minutes. Keep on going. Whew. Going to be doing both moves here. I did a lot of back yesterday. So that is why back and legs, I did a lot of yesterday. That's why our class is the way it is today. And when you bring your weight up, make sure you're not bringing the weight over your belly button, but over your chest. A lot of times, this is over my chest. Some people will come down like this. No, bring it up over your chest. You should almost feel like it's, if you were to drop it, that it will fall on your face. Of course, we don't want that. Worst case scenario, if you drop it, it drops to the floor. Don't want anybody to get hurt, but again, we're looking for chest level, not belly button or face level, but chest level. Whew. So you guys can feel yourself getting a little winded. I know I am. So we got about 90 seconds remaining. Keep it going. Remember, I don't care which variation of a push-up you do, just perform a push-up. And I will be as happy as a sunny day. Oh. Hey, this is a little embarrassing. I should be able to do way more push-ups, but again, started off with the flies. Not too worried about it. I feel the burn. I feel the pump. I feel the blood flowing. and I feel the effort. Whew, I can't keep going. So again, that's the most important thing is your effort. Keeps you mindful of your form. Go a few reps past your point of tired. 30 seconds left. All right, I'm gonna try to finish up here. This is our last 30 seconds, so keep it going. Finish strong. Listen out for those 3 sounds, those 3 beeps, and we'll be done. It's okay to let the upper back arch here too. All right, and we are all done. Completely done. Let's go ahead, put your weights up. You can take a second, let your heart rate come down, then we'll go ahead and stretch out. Whew, grab your water if you have it. Woo. So hopefully you guys can kind of feel the pump. That's the blood kind of rushing through your body into your muscles, the muscles that you were working. For this last one, I feel it definitely in the chest. If you're letting that upper back arch in the flies, that'll help you target the chest a little bit better. But you should also feel a little bit in your triceps and your shoulders. All right, chest, triceps, shoulders with that last one. And then of course with your lats is what we got right here with the pullover. And you might not even feel much from the first move we did, that goblet get up. Either way, the goal is to not kill you, is to help you move consistently throughout the class for each sequence. So if you're able to do that, A+ for you. All right. All right, so we're gonna start off standing. We're gonna stretch out. We're gonna take your left arm, find the wall first of all, but you're gonna take your left arm once you find that wall, bring it to 9 o'clock, face the wall, and then turn to your right. The higher you raise the arm on the wall, the more you'll feel the stretch in your chest. You kind of just want to get your body close to the wall and just hold it here. Try to breathe as regularly as possible. All right, slowly bring that left arm down. We're going to switch, bring the right arm to 3 o'clock now. Same thing. The higher your arm, the more you'll feel that stretch. I like to start off high and then work my way down the wall. Breathe as normally as you can. Bring your body close to the wall. Slowly drop it down to the ground. All right, so you're gonna try to find a door jamb or something that you can pull, something you can kind of hang on. Let's take the right arm. Got a door jamb or my closet right here. I'm gonna lean back. You can also just go down to the floor and position yourself in child's pose. Just pushing your butt backwards, straightening your arm out, feeling the stretch here in the lat. This is the muscle we worked for the pullover move, that second move. And you're gonna come up and switch. Same thing. Push the butt backward. Leave that left arm straight and let the stretch come through the lat muscle. And come on up. Gonna come to the right quad now. So use your wall. Grab your right ankle with both of your hands. Squeeze your right glute a little bit, just a little bit, and also your abs just a little bit to intensify the stretch in your quad. And relax, we're gonna switch sides. And now that we're on the left side, you're kind of pulling your heel laterally to the right glute. Use the wall for balance if you need it. And relax. All you're gonna do is come to a split stance like so, a staggered stance. Straighten your right leg out, squeeze your quad, and push your chest toward the floor. You don't wanna go past the point where your knee begins to bend. We wanna keep that leg straight. Keep the quad active, keep the quad tensed up, and just lean forward, pushing your chest down to the floor, and hopefully you can keep your back straight like so. So butt back, chest down. Keep that front quad squeezed. We're not trying to reach, keep the back straight. It's gonna help stretch out the hamstring a little bit more. And take a breath coming up. Same thing on the other leg now. So again, straighten the leg out, the left leg out. Push the butt back. Let your chest fall toward the floor. Keep this front quad tensed up to keep the leg straight. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, slowly come up. I'm gonna come down to the floor now. I'm gonna come to child's pose. So you're on all fours, just bring your butt back towards your heels. Reach up nice and tall and just let your body go limp. If you can't come back here, that is fine. You can bring your butt up into the air a little bit like so and just let your body go limp and enjoy the stretch. All right, take a deep breath in. Come on up. And that is our class for today. So thank you guys for joining me again. My name is Alex. Hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day and hope you enjoyed that workout. So I'll catch y'all on the next one. Y'all take it easy. Holla.